Quick on the spot news breakdown. I thought this was interesting, so I just felt like I needed to talk about it for just a second. There's the Venmo for Jerry Robin. He is doing better. He's in good spirits from people that I have talked to. But what is going on? Hayden Deegan was penalized. You know, that's what the rule book is for over aggressive riding in code of conduct violation. So what is all this? First off, I find it hilarious that on the penalty report, it says Denver, May 3035. So what happened with Deegan and Cole Davies was 100 years in the future. Actually, 1,010 years in the future is when it went down. But if we click on this, what do we see? So we see here, let me just zoom in for you guys because it might not be, no infractions on the 450. Okay. But Deegan gets a written warning for over aggressive riding. And we've gone over this, and this didn't really seem like too bad of a incident. I mean, okay, there's this, but I would say that was Davies' fault for qualifying. And then in the main event, we're going to see it again. The main event is where he just kind of tapped him, right? And I thought this was much more aggressive than what happened in the main event for the 250s. Yes, the scenario is different from the 250s is because of it was for championship, but this is so for championship as well. Why didn't I have the pass on? Here it is. This pass. Does that look like over aggressive riding? I know he kind of tagged him a couple times during the lap, but I mean, if you were going to give somebody a written warning, wouldn't you think you would have given the 450 guys a written warning? Because there's lots of issues going on. Because even in the main event here, it looked like you have Webb move over on him. But truthfully, that's something that they all do, right? And you move over on somebody once you have the wheel. So for me, that Webb didn't have the wheel on Sexton. So I don't think that was an issue, but they say that it on the podium, those guys were talking so much about them being cross-rutted. But to me, this was more of an aggressive pass than what Deegan did. Yeah, it sucks for Davies. We've all been through that, okay? But for over aggressive riding, I think that's a little bit of semantics here. Unless you put in everything, maybe, okay? But both riders did a lot. And here, just looking at the penalty report. So that was a written warning for that. Okay, cool thing. On the written warnings, basically, you know, it's just a warning. There's no offense for whatsoever. But the big thing about the penalty is the code of conduct violation, the fine. And this was my assumption is his interview here that he had to apologize for. Okay.
Just mad that I'm him and they got to deal with it. If you don't like it, you can suck it. Honestly, hey, we the champ now, and let's go, baby. Woo! Across it.
So that was the main deal for the code of conduct violation. And if I remember, we had with Zach Osborne and Joey Savacci, I believe he got a $7,500 fee for that aggressive pass. And I think with the new rule book here, because if I look at the code of conduct stuff, it is saying, oh, I just had it. Code of conduct violations. If disciplinary action is imposed, race direction shall cause a penalty notice be issued to the credential violation brief statement and could be race disqualify, level 1, level 2, level 3, safety, whatever. So if we look at level 1, level 2, level 3, well, it is around a $5,000 fine. The third one is a $125,000 fine. So it's anywhere between $1,000 to $125,000 fine. That is crazy. That's the Supercross season fine for the minimum penalties. and then post-qualifying, post-race, level 1, level 2, so they don't have it completely here because second offense, third offense, they have up to $2,500 and $2,000, but they don't say anything about like podiums, missing a rider briefing, $200. So I am assuming that it is around the $5,000. Okay. Because if we think back at the finale with Joey Savacci and Zach Osborne, that being a $7,500 fine, and that was, almost 10 years ago, I'm assuming it's probably somewhere around the same, about that 7,500. But I want to know what you guys are thinking. Truthfully, for overly aggressive riding, I'm gonna kind of take that one with a grain of salt. I sort of feel like if you're gonna do that, then maybe you should have given, Webb maybe the same deal, right? That track was hard to pass. The code of conduct violation, I guess, sure. What he said on the podium, he had to apologize for. And yeah, this isn't UFC, and maybe it should be more like UFC, but I know we have 50s racing, and what doesn't happen at the UFC fights? You don't have 5-year-olds racing, and you don't have families going to the event. At least, everyone that I've been at, you don't have a 3-year-old hanging out. So maybe, right? But anyway, small fine. Thought it was interesting to post. They finally have them on here, and maybe we can get them to fix this being from 1,010 years ahead, right? Just change the date. Yeah, you guys are saying that maybe Sexton and them should have gotten a warning. Yeah, sure. I kind of think. And this one's funny. Hey, that's of his new Lambo. Yeah, and truthfully, I don't know if he bought the new Lambo. I'm guessing he probably leased the new Lambo. But anyway, that's what I have it. And if you guys are going to the races, make sure you enjoy. And don't forget about the Venmo in the top right-hand corner. Till next time. Bra-da-da-da-da-da.